Now, when you think about designing your compound, garden design, compound planning, green spaces, maintenance, look no further than Think Landscaping, because this is what they do best. And if at all you feel like you want to have your compound or garden look like that, get your cellular, call them on +256 765 280 4740, or WhatsApp them on +256 703 004168. Think Landscaping, design, plan, transform. Now, June has gone ahead, obviously, come up with a very huge offer from you. And I know many of you who watch this channel really do have homes. You have your friends that are really consulting from you that, please, we want to obviously go ahead and obviously design our compound and so on and so forth. Now, I've got here a gig, and you'll never regret when you work with these people. Welcome to what we call the Rokani Media Football. How are you guys, and where are you watching us from? I go by the names of Rokani David. Smash the like button, comment and share. If at all you're watching us for the very first time, endeavor to subscribe to this channel so as not to miss out on stories that we do upload in here on a daily. Rokani David is my name, and hope you guys are really having big fun. And let's obviously continue to do the following. One, let's subscribe to this channel. After subscribing to this channel, do the needful and really hit the notification bell. That will enable you get notified every time we upload a video onto this beautiful channel. You understand? So let's obviously go eyes. And there is a crazy 150 million euro bid of Michael Olise that is obviously going to be going in come Tuesday next week. And today's Friday. That means we are Saturday, Sunday, and Monday away from a bid that might be one of those that will shake the world and obviously awaken other teams and say, all right, we thought he's untouchable, then let's go in for him. Yesterday, in his own words, Fiorentino Perez went ahead and obviously said the following, as he was really campaigning to see to it that he brings in a player known as a moment. All right. My dad was calling me. That is it. So it's a call that I cannot obviously miss out. So I had to obviously pause a little bit and obviously pick him up. Now, let's get back to business. He said that he will send in a bid. He will send in a bid. Hear me out. Crazy one. For a midfielder, all-fair player, for a top player from a Champions League club or team. The bid will be for a Cristiano Ronaldo, all Kaka level player. He is a Galactico. That's what Fiorentino Perez went ahead to say. Then from there, he added and said that my goal is to excite the Real Madrid fans and bring the best players to Real Madrid. Now, since yesterday night, when this bomber was dropped, everyone was asking, which kind of player is that? And very many names were told to Fiorentino Perez, and he said no. The first name that was told to Fiorentino Perez, I think, was Erling Haaland. And he said, you've heard everything concerning Erling Haaland, and they are not willing to sell him. He said, it's not Erling Haaland, right? Now, he was asked on whether he is, let me see. Where is this guy? Fiorentino Perez, where are you? Because I want to bring you all the list of names that were listed. No sooner he put out such a statement. Now, obviously, the first name was all about Olise. And he said, no, it's not Olise, right? Then he was asked, Erling Haaland, he said, it will not be for Erling Haaland. Harry Kane, he said, It's not gonna be for Hurricane. Jeremy Doku, he said no, the bid won't be for him. The official 150 bid will not be for a Premier League player. Now, do you know what went into my mind when he said it's not a Premier League player? I thought that because Jose Mourinho is managed by super agent George Mendes, and he also manages João Neves, and João Neves has been offered to Real Madrid. I was like, maybe, yes, it's gonna be João Neves, because having gone ahead to obviously buy him for 100 million euros, I think, from Benfica, then it was written all over the world that they need to make profit out of the sale of a player, and it's like 150 million euros in there for you. But it was not him, and it has merged to be Michael Olise for Bayern Munich. Now, who has told us this? Fabrizio Romano. Florentino Perez plans to launch 150 million euro bid on Tuesday for Michael Olise. Now, despite denying his name live, the main star in President's mind is Olise. You know, as Telegraph and Felix Diaz report, Bayern's Uli Honeb said in May, no chance to sell, not even for 200 million. Now, Real Madrid are holding a special interest in this guy. That is it. They hold a special interest in this guy. Why? Jose Mourinho was at the Allianz Arena. I wish I can find that photo, right? I think in their last game of the season, in their last game of the season as Bayern Munich, and he was in the executive box watching that game. And when asked, he said, I never went in there to watch Michael Olise. That's what Jose Mourinho came out and obviously said. You understand? So, this time round, we are getting in a report from credible journalists that the player Real Madrid is looking at is the player that Real Madrid is looking at is none other than Michael Olise. Michael Olise. Now, I've already told people that each and every time you hear of a bid coming in through, that means there is green light from the player. And I think Mourinho, who went in there to obviously talk to the agents and the entourage of the player. That is it. Because almost at the final game of the season, all agents of those players are at the pitch, the family, and so on and so forth. So, Mourinho came in through to see to it that it really comes to pass. You understand? So, that is it for Jose Mourinho. And now, Florentino Perez is to set in a bid of 150 million euros for this guy. Now, let's see. Olise, right? And what was his transfer? I think it was like 60 million euros. So, Bayern paid 60 million euros for Michael Olise, right? Now, 60 million euros for Michael Olise. Now, he has been there for 2 seasons. He signed a 5-year contract, meaning that if Madrid puts out all tables a 150 million euro bid, they'll be making a profit of 90. Is it 90? Yeah, 90 million euros. Will Bayern Munich say no to the bid? Will they say no to the bid? The players give it. That means the player's gone ahead to give Real Madrid green light, and he wants to leave to Real Madrid. That is it. And it will obviously happen. I tell you. You know, he wants to obviously go and play with the likes of Kylian Mbappe. But if at all I'm him, and I do have my ambitions of really lifting the Ballon d'Or, there is no way I go to Real Madrid to play where Mbappe is. I tell you, it will be brave of Michael Olise to go to Real Madrid and obviously play, play there. That is it. It will be so brave of him. And at Bayern, DFB Pokal Cup, 6 games, 2 goals, 3 assists. Bundesliga, 32 games, 15 goals, 20 assists in there. UEFA Champions League, 13 games, 5 goals, and 6 assists. In total, he played, this is 38, 51 games, right? And he went ahead to score 22 goals. And in total, he had 29 assists. Obviously, that puts him in that ilk of a player who is of that price. Real Madrid have struggled a lot with the right attacking side of the midfield because they haven't obviously gone ahead to get in a player who best plays there. And for a long time, they haven't obviously gone ahead to have a left-footed player who does that. Even Brahim Diaz, who has shown it at Morocco that he can obviously thrive that side, he has not been given a chance, So, if Olise comes in through, then a lot will be done. But this speaks volumes onto the future of Vinicius Jr., if you never knew. Vinicius Jr. is a player who will be left with just 1 year on his contract after 30th June 2025. Now, if they are going in for such big signings, obviously, it might mean that Kylian Mbappe will be looked at as that player, who will be play as a left forward. This guy will play as a right forward, Olise, and then Endrick will lead the line, or they'll get in maybe a Dusan Vlahovic and Victor Osimhen to lead the line of Real Madrid, right? And they might sell Vini because they know 1 year left on his contract. They can get like 70 million euros for Vinicius Jr. because if Vini is tied on a 2-year contract, 3-year contract, he's a 200 million euro player. So that is it for a side known as Real Madrid. And this is the pressure that has obviously gone ahead to be piled onto Florentino Perez by his opponent Enrique, whom they are versing for the presidency of Real Madrid. And Sunday will be the ultimatum, will be the day to know who has been voted as the Real Madrid president. Now, for the other guy, known as, recall me, or what he has gone ahead to do to say he's going to sign Erling Haaland, it has backfired. That is it. It has backfired. You understand? And they might even take him to court. And that sees his polls go down. You understand? But this guy is like, for me, I'm going to put in a bid. And it shows you that Florentino Perez is really a strategic guy. Even if he hasn't gotten the word of Olise, he's like, I'm going to put in a bid of 150 million euros. And a bid can be put in, accepted or denied. And we wait to see what really happens on Tuesday. And Sunday is going to be the decider. If Florentino Perez becomes the new president of Real Madrid, obviously, he will obviously get in that. So guys, thank you very much for watching through. That's what I had for you for this particular video. 150 million euro Michael Olise bid incoming next week. You understand? It's coming in through big and better. You understand? So what are your thoughts about this? And a 150 million euro bid for Michael Olise, who is going to be representing for France at the World Cup. And he needs to get this deal done and dusted before the World Cup really starts. And France also opens up with Senegal, a team they opened up with the World Cup in 2002. And I think, had they hosted the World Cup? Yeah. 2002, not really. 2002, it was Korea and Japan. I'm out. Bye-bye.